8 contestants, all with a chance to win thousands of pounds. Only one will start in control. Can they stay ahead and beat the pack? Hello, I'm Jake Humphrey, and this is Beat the Pack, the show where if you can stay ahead of your opponents, you can win up to £12,000. Now, on our previous show, Anne, our company director, managed to beat the pack and earn the right to return today as our control player. Anne, please come and join me. Anne, lovely to see you again. So, last time you were with us,
yes,
you were nice and quiet in the pack, into the final.
yes,
And then you stormed it in the final, 3 correct answers, and so you're back with us today. The big difference for you is that you return on this show with the chance to win up to £12,000.
yes.
What would you do with that money?
I became a grandmother in July.
Congratulations.
So there's lots needs to be bought for that. And I set a company up almost exactly the same time, which is a little bit challenging. And it'd be nice to just have a cushion at the moment.
So 2 babies in your life?
Yes, there's
the
2
company
babies.
and the baby?
They're both babies, yeah.
Look after them
Yeah.
both. All right. Well, Anne, look, you're starting in control of today's game. The only thing standing in your way, well, I say the only thing, it's actually quite formidable.
Yeah.
It's the pack. Let's meet the man.
Morgan, student from London.
Stella, strategy consultant from Kingston.
Bob, retired teacher from Warminster in Wiltshire and currently a guest house proprietor.
Jenny, an account manager from Bolton.
Barry, sales executive, Whitney in Oxfordshire.
Katie, care assistant from Huddersfield.
Mick, marketing consultant from Glasgow.
So, Anne, a B&B owner, a student, there's a real mix of jobs and ages up there. What are your first impressions of today's pack?
I think Bob, being a teacher, I think teachers tend to know everything. So,
I think teachers tend to think they know everything.
yeah. And then Stella, I think, strategy consultant.
It's one of those jobs where you're not too sure what it is, but it sounds like they must know a lot of
It
things.
does sound intelligent, doesn't it? Yes.
And who up there doesn't worry you so much?
I don't think there's anyone that couldn't easily beat me, to be honest.
So you're scared of the lot?
Yes.
I'm sensing a lack of confidence from you. I'll tell you what, let's have a look at the 6 categories that stand between you and the place in the final. And who knows, maybe that'll make you feel much more confident. Shall we take a look? OK, here they are. So today, Anne is tackling Formula 1, Darcey Bussell, children's books, number 1s of the 1980s, Italian food and space. Now, each category is worth up to £2,000. All Anne has to do is answer 1 question correctly from each category for the chance to win up to £12,000. But if she gets a question wrong at any time, she's out of the game. There are no second chances. But if she doesn't like a question, she doesn't have to answer it. I'll just replace it with an easier one, but it will cost her because the money halves every time. Now, the pack, well, they'll be answering every question. So if Anne passes and they all get it right, she loses control, goes home with nothing, and that's not all. One of the pack will then take her place. So, Anne, you've seen the categories, you understand the way the game works.
Yes.
Are you ready to do this?
Yes.
Let's play Beat the Pack. Now, there is one category I'd love to help you with. I simply can't do that, because this is your game, you're in control. What up there worries you the most?
Formula 1. I know nothing about Formula 1.
You don't
I
watch
think it involves cars, but that's about it.
And I'm very disappointed in you. It's a good watch, Formula 1.
Yeah, as I found out last time, it depends very much on the questions. So.
OK, well, there's only one way to see what the questions are, Anne, and that's to pick one of the topics. Where would you like to start?
I think number 1 of the 80s.
Number 1s of the 1980s. Remember the 80s well?
Pretty well.
Good. All right, well, here we go then. Anne has chosen number 1s of the 1980s. Now, Anne, one more thing before we get going. I will give you a helping hand during the game when you'll have the chance to give me 2 answers, a double answer. So let me know when you want to use it. And make sure you use it wisely, because you only get to use it the once, OK?
OK.
Well, you've selected number 1s of the 1980s. As always, the first question is worth £2,000. Shall we have a look at the question?
Yes, please.
Here we go. Which track from Michael Jackson's Thriller album was the only one to reach number 1 in the UK singles chart? Here are the options. Beat It, Billie Jean, The Girl Is Mine and Thriller. And have a think. Pack, for the first time today, please answer now. So all 7 members of the pack have had a think. They've all locked in their answers. Anne.
If you'd asked me just straight, I would have said 3 of those. Beat It, Thriller and Billie Jean.
Right, sadly only one is the right answer, yeah.
I seem to remember the video of Billie Jean over and over and over again, so I'm pretty convinced it's Billie Jean.
Are you convinced enough to want to play?
Yes. Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
But you came into this not feeling confident. Here we are with the first £2,000 question. You're going to go for it.
So I might be wrong, and it is my easiest category.
Remember, if you pass and all the pack get the answer correct, then you're out of the game.
I'm going to go for Billie Jean.
And are you going to use the double answer?
No. No, I'm just going to go for Billie Jean. I know.
I love this. You think the correct answer is Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Let's lock in Anne's answer. Now, Anne, this could be a very short beat the pack experience for you, because if that's the wrong answer, it's game over. If that's the right answer, you've already made it through to the next category and you've got the maximum amount of money. Let's see if Anne has made the perfect start to the show. Let's see if she's about to put £2,000 in the bank and move on to the next category. Or, if she's wrong, is she going home? Is Billie Jean the correct answer? Yes, it is the correct answer! Fantastic! Shall we build up your confidence even more by putting that into the bank?
Please.
I think you might enjoy this moment. Take a look. £2,000 for Anne. Well. It's easy, this beat the pack lark, isn't it?
No.
Listen, just do what you've done another 5 times.
Yeah.
You'll be in the final with £12,000.
Yeah, easy.
Well, let's move on, Anne, because you can now turn your attention from the questions to the pack. And the brilliant thing for you about getting that first question right is you've got a full complement of pack members to choose from, so you can take a look at the person you think is the most dangerous and eliminate them from the game right at the start.
So this is a huge compliment to one of you. Huge. I'm sorry, I think it's going to be Bob. I'm sorry.
Oh, Bob.
I'm so sorry.
How have you taken the compliment?
In the manner in which it was expressed.
Thank you very much for playing, Bob, but I must ask you to leave the pack. Thank you for being here.
Take care.
Anne, you cruel lady. Getting rid of Bob right at the start. And actually, I can tell you, Bob got that question wrong.
Did he?
Yes, so maybe he wasn't as clever as he looked.
Yeah, but that was 1980s number ones.
Maybe not his strong
I'm thinking
suit.
it might be 70s, 60s.
Wow, the compliments keep on coming for Bob, don't they? He will love you. Right, let's move on then. 1 category down, Anne. 5 to go. £2,000 in the bank. You can still win the maximum £12,000 on today's show, but you now need to decide where we go next.
I think children's books.
Children's books is Anne's next category. Remember, you still have your double answer if you want to use it. Let's take a look at the £2,000 question on children's books. In the book by Eric Carle, The Very Hungry Caterpillar eats through 1 apple on Monday, 2 pears on Tuesday, and then what on Wednesday? 3 strawberries, 3 oranges, 3 plums, or 3 bananas? And have a think. Pack, please give us your answer now. So the pack have all answered. I can reveal, Anne, that 2 of the pack have an A-level in English literature. Now,
I'm not sure
I'm not sure if they studied A Very Hungry Caterpillar for English A-level.
No.
But if they did, then that might be a problem for you.
I've read this book about 150 times, but I still don't know the answer.
OK, so Anne, a £2,000 question.
Yeah.
Play or pass?
Pass.
Anne is going to pass on the £2,000 question on children's books. Let's see what the right answer was. 3 plums. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries. On Friday, 5 oranges. I remember it well, clearly. The important thing for you, though, Anne, is that you stay in the game for now. By passing, you're at risk, because if all of our pack answered that question correctly, your game is over. You lose the £2,000 you've already banked, and we say goodbye.
OK.
Shall we see how the pack fared?
Yes.
Let's see who got that question correct. Morgan, Barry and Nick, well done. It's clear what's on the minds of the men in the pack today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Already thinking about their lunch. Morgan, it was probably only a couple of years ago your mum was reading you this book, right?
I'm actually studying English Lit as a degree at uni as well, so...
If you tell me that you're studying this
Oh,
book...
yeah, doing a dissertation on it. It's a lot deeper than people give it credit for.
Really?
All metaphors, this.
Well, so was that a guess, or did you know?
I felt logical that apples, pears, it was sort of going down the spherical route, and I thought... And I did read it quite embarrassingly recently as well, so...
All right, well, Morgan, look, it's worked out for you. Whatever you do in your spare time is quite up to you. But on this occasion, it's been a good move. Morgan, Barry, Mick, well done. You're through to the next category. Make your way to the safe area. So, they've done well there. Now, the bad news for you is that by them doing well, you now have just 3 members of the pack that you're up against.
Yes.
The next question is easier for you. It's also easier for the pack, and with only 3, there's a greater chance they'll all know the right answer.
Yeah.
Ready to move on?
Yep.
OK. This next question is worth £1,000. And here is the £1,000 question on children's books. At the beginning of the story Where the Wild Things Are, the little boy Max is dressed as which animal? Monkey, pig, wolf or bear? Anne, have a think, pack. Please give us your answer. A bit of thinking time there from the pack, Anne. Looking at the options and the question and the way the pack answered, play or pass?
I'm passing. I don't know this one at all.
You do realise that there will be parents screaming at the television now who know the right answer to this question.
I know, but I don't know when this book was written. It's not... That's not one I know.
Never read it?
No.
You've got your double answer if you'd like to take the risk.
Yeah. No, I'll pass on this one.
You're definitely going to
Yeah,
pass?
I'm passing on this.
OK, well, look, as always, a wrong answer in this game and your game is over. So you're going to play safe and pass. If you had given me one answer, what would you have said?
Monkey.
You would have said monkey. OK, well, let's have a look at the correct answer on the £1,000 question. And the answer was wolf. Good decision not to play, perhaps. So now, once again, we turn to the pack. And this time, if there's 3 correct answers, you've lost your £2,000. You're out of the game. Let's see who got it right. And 2 of the 3 with the right answer. Well done, Stella. Congratulations to Jenny as well. So, Stella, was that a guess for you, or did you know?
It was a favourite of my children, although they're grown up now. I still think it's one of the best children's books ever written, so it was a lucky question.
And that memory has never left you?
Never left me.
Max dressed up as a wolf. Jenny?
I remember a brown headdress with pointed ears. And 3 of them were brown, but the wolf was the only one with pointed ears, so...
Look at that. Those pointed ears have saved the day for you, which means you're both through to the next category. Make your way to the safe area. Well done. And now things ramp up somewhat.
Yeah,
because it's one-on-one. Anne, either you're going to make it through to the next category with some more money in the bank, or Katie is going to knock you out of the game. So, Katie, you're struggling a bit with this subject. What was your answer to the last one?
Monkey. I feel ashamed because I've got a 4-month-old baby, so I shouldn't really know these questions.
Katie. You never know. You might be able to redeem yourself now with the correct answer to the next question. Anne, it's easier for you. It's easier for Katie. You're really hanging on to the game here by a thread. So let's move on to the next question, worth £500. And here is the £500 question on children's books. Which comedian wrote the children's books Mr. Stink and The Boy in the Dress? John Bishop, David Walliams, Michael McIntyre or Eddie Izzard? Anne, have a think. Katie, please give us your answer. And Katie has answered. Now, Anne, take a look at Katie. Does she know the answer to this? What do you think?
I think I'm sort of going to have to go for this one.
Why? Bearing in mind, Katie's just told us that she's got a child.
Yeah.
Does that sway you one way or the other?
No, because I think 4 months, you don't really start reading that much at 4 months, and not books like this. I'm going to go for the double answer, though.
The double answer?
Yeah.
And you know the risk, as always,
Yes.
don't get the correct answer and the game is over for you?
Yes.
OK.
Yeah.
Let's lock in the double answer for Anne.
I'm going to go for David Walliams and Eddie Izzard, so B and D.
OK, Anne has said B, David Walliams. And let's also lock in D, Eddie Izzard. So, Anne, If one of those is the correct answer, £500 in the bank, through to the next category, and you will then eliminate Katie from the game.
Okay.
If it's neither of those, you are out. OK, let's see. Is David Walliams the correct answer? Is David Walliams going to win Anne £500 and put her into the next category? It is David Walliams. You are through to the next category and you have won £500. Well done. Was that the answer that you thought?
Yes, but I wasn't sure.
Are you frustrated to have lost your double answer or just glad to have made it through?
No, I'm amazed I've got this far, so I'm fine.
Well, they're great books, actually, both of them illustrated by Quentin Blake. Should we put £500 in your bank?
Yes, please.
Let's do that. Another £500 for Anne. And while we add to the bank, we subtract from the pack.
Yep. Oh, sorry.
You're too nice for this game, by the way. Katie, I'm afraid being left in the pack has really cost you here. It's that question about where the wild things are.
Yeah.
Did you know the right answer to the last question?
No.
You didn't know that one either.
Well, it was the same between David Walliams and Eddie Izzard, but I pressed Eddie Izzard.
Well, Katie, I'm afraid to say that being the only pack member left means you were always going to be vulnerable. And a correct answer from Anne means you're out of the game. I must ask you to leave the pack. Thank you for playing.
Thank you.
Katie leaves us. Let's bring back the pack. So, Anne, 5 pack members, 4 categories to go. You're almost halfway through the show. You can still add £8,000 to the £2,500 that you've already managed to bank. So, at the moment, we've got £1,250 for the baby.
Yeah.
£1,250 for the business.
Yeah.
You'd like a bit more, though, wouldn't you?
I would, yes.
Come on, then. Let's add some more money into that pot. Where should we go next?
I think Italian food. Yes.
Excellent.
I've
My
been to Italy.
favourite of all.
Yes.
OK, so Italian food is the next category for Anne. And let's have a look at the £2,000 question. Rizzi e Bizzi, or pea and rice soup, is a classic dish from which part of Italy? Venice, Sicily, Rome, or Amalfi? Anne, have a think. Pack, please give us your answer. Rizzi e Bizzi, or pea and rice soup, is a classic dish from which part of Italy?
I'm slightly tempted by Sicily. I've been to Amalfi in Venice, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't there. Rome, pea and rice soup sounds like something for poorer people, so I have a feeling it might be Sicily, but I'm not confident enough.
Play or pass?
So I think I'm going to pass.
So you've got £2,500 in the bank. You're not willing to take a big risk.
No, I'm tempted. Very tempted, but no.
OK, well, Anne's tempted, but not tempted enough to give me an answer. She's going to pass on the £2,000 question on Italian food, and you would have answered Sicily if I'd pushed you.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's have a look. What is the correct answer? Venice. Good job you didn't answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we turn our attention to the pack, because Anne, having passed, if all the pack knew the correct answer was Venice, you're out of the game. So let's see who in the pack knew the answer was A, Venice. Not a lot of love for Italian food. None of the pack got that right. You move on to the next question worth £1,000. Here is the question. On a menu, which description, literally meaning angry, indicates a dish is served in a spicy sauce? Puttanesca, Fiorentina, Carbonara, or Arrabbiata? Anne, have a think. Pack, please answer now. Wow, that was a very, very quick set of answers coming in from the pack there. Now, Anne, are you going to play or pass?
Carbonara I know is a cheesy sauce. Puttanesca, I think it's probably B, but I'm not sure. It could be D. So I'm not sure. I think I'll have to pass.
Now, you know the risk here.
Yeah.
If all of the pack know the answer to this question, passing is the wrong thing to do. You've passed your way out of the game.
Yes.
Anne?
Yes.
Play or pass?
Pass.
Brave time to make a decision to pass. OK, now if you were to have answered, you would have said...
B.
B, Fiorentina.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's reveal the correct answer to the £1,000 question that Anne has decided to pass on. Arrabbiata. You thought it might be that as well, didn't you?
That was my second. It's just as well I didn't play it.
Indeed.
Yes.
But if the pack all knew that answer, the great game you've played so far, the £2,500 you've banked, stands for nothing. Italian food has been your undoing.
A lot more than just this game.
Let's turn to the pack. Who in the pack knew the correct answer was arrabbiata? Oh, and a full set of correct answers. None of them knew the £2,000 question. All of them knew the answer to that question was arrabbiata. That's the risk when you pass, when you're not sure.
I know, I wouldn't have got it right anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm afraid you failed to beat the pack. Your game is over. Thanks for playing, Anne.
Thank you.
Take care. So, disappointment for Anne, but well played, everybody up there in the pack. So how did you know the correct answer to this one then, Barry?
I've made that dish many times. I know it's very spicy and hot. It was, you know, I was hoping it was going to come up on the screen, and it did.
Jenny, how have you found it up there so far?
It's good, yeah. I'd rather be down there, though.
You'd all rather be down here. So, Anne has left us, the pack remain, which means we now have a vacancy down here. Now, one of the pack is about to take the opportunity to grab control, and I can reveal the strongest pack member until this point is... Barry. Barry, down you come. Barry, lovely to meet you. Well done. You're now in control. And the reason why you're standing here is because you got 2 categories right on the £2,000 question. So do we look at that and think Barry's going to be a good player?
Well, we'd like to think so for the next categories, yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm originally...
Barry, if you're struggling on that question, we're in serious trouble here.
4 answers.
That's the easiest question I'll ask you today. Where are you from?
Well, these days I'm from Witney in Oxfordshire.
OK. What would you spend the money on?
The thing I would indulge in would be a weekend, or maybe a few days away in Moscow, Victory Week in Moscow.
Ever been to Russia before?
Yeah, I worked there for a year.
Wonderful part of the world, isn't it?
Wonderful.
OK, so, Barry, by the end of today's show, we'd love to get you to Moscow. You were part of the pack. Now, the aim of the game for you is to beat them. Let's play Beat the Pack. And let's turn our attention straight to the remaining categories, Barry. As you now know, we're halfway through the show. There's still £6,000 that you could potentially win today. You've got the double answer available, so let me know when you want to use that. And I'd love to get your initial reaction to these remaining categories.
OK, well, I'm hoping that there's going to be some telepathy when we get to the Formula 1 question.
You're hoping I give you some of my knowledge?
Well, standing close enough. Space could be anything, of course. It's a big place. Darcey Bussell, smaller place.
OK, Barry, what would you like as your first category?
I'm going to go with Darcey Bussell.
Barry has selected Darcey Bussell as his first category. Let's take a look at the £2,000 question on Darcey Bussell. What first name was given to Darcey when she was born? Martha, Marnie, Marilyn, or Marjorie? Barry, have a think pack. Please answer now. And very quickly, the pack lock in their answer to that question. So here we are then, Barry. Let's get going with your game. A £2,000 question, double answer available. The aim of the game is to make it through the Darcey Bussell category with a correct answer. So play or pass?
Pass.
It's very definitive. What do you think it might be?
Marjorie jumped out of me, but...
OK. Well, let's reveal the correct answer then. This was Darcey's name when she was born. Marnie. Good job you didn't actually play that. Her actual birth name is Marnie Mercedes Darcey Pembleton Crittall.
Goodness.
Shall we see who got that answer right?
Yes, please.
Barry chose to pass. If our 4 remaining pack members all knew the correct answer, then it's high and bye to Barry. His game is over. Let's see who was correct. Well done, Morgan and Jenny, with the correct answer. Bit of a Darcey Bussell fan, Morgan.
Oh, huge.
Jenny, did you know the answer there? Was that a pure
I did,
guess?
yeah. I know someone who's a huge Darcey Bussell fan and called her daughter Marnie after Darcey's real name.
How lucky that you know them. Well, Morgan, Jenny, you both knew the correct answer. You're through to the next category. Make your way to the safe area. Well done. OK, so it's Barry up against Stella and Mick, 2 members of the pack left. This is where it starts to get a bit tense.
Yep.
Because if you choose to pass again and our 2 remaining pack members know the right answer, game over. Okay. Ready to move on to the £1,000 question?
Yeah.
Here we go. And here is the £1,000 question on Darcey Bussell. Darcey performed her first leading role in 1989, playing Princess Rose in which ballet? Swan Lake, The Prince of the Pagodas, Coppelia, Romeo and Juliet. Have a think, Barry. Pack, please answer now. So, Stella and Mick have locked in their answers. Now, this is a difficult one because you don't just have to know about Darcey Bussell to get the correct answer. If you're a ballet buff, then you may well know this. So, taking that into account, and the fact you've only got 2 members left in the pack, play or pass?
You know, there's only 3 categories left, this being one of them. There's going to be a point where I need to use my double answer. I'm more confident of the other 2 categories. So this might be the time, considering there's only 2 in the pack.
Play or pass?
I'm going to play.
Barry's going to play for the £1,000 question on Darcey Bussell. That's brave. Are you going to play because you know the answer or because you are worried that the pack might know?
It's the latter. I think not necessarily that the pack might know, but they might outguess me.
OK, let's lock in Barry's double answer. Which 2 answers would you like to give me?
Something with a prince in it gives me hope there might be a princess. So we're going to go with Prince of the Pagodas.
OK, let's lock in B, the Prince of the Pagodas.
And I don't believe there's going to be a Princess Rose in Romeo and Juliet, so it's a toss-up between the other 2, for which I know very little. Swan Lake seems a little bit more regal and fancy, so let's go for Swan Lake, please.
So you're going to say A, Swan Lake?
Yeah.
OK, let's lock that in. First of all, was Swan Lake the correct answer? No. If the answer is B, the Prince of the Pagodas, Barry's through. Into the next category, £1,000 in the bank. His game continues. If it's wrong, he leaves with nothing. Is the answer the Prince of the Pagodas? Let's hope it is. It is the correct answer. Barry, put it there. Well done. Wow. I was as in the dark as you were. Absolutely no idea what the answer was to that question. You must be really relieved.
Very, very relieved. Yeah.
Well, this game is all about making the right decision at the right time, and you chose to play. It was the right decision, and for you, it was worth £1,000. Congratulations. So, £1,000 in the bank. You're through to the next category. You have survived Darcey Bussell, but one of our pack definitely won't make that final. Stella and Mick, and it's your decision who should leave.
Goodness. Lovely people. I'm going to say goodbye to Stella.
I'm afraid to say, Stella, despite playing a great game, we have to ask you to leave the pack. Before you go, did you get that answer correct?
No, I know nothing about Darcey Bussell.
I'm afraid to say you must leave the pack. Thank you very much for playing. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So, Stella leaves. Mick, did you get that question correct?
I did, yeah.
All right, well, Mick, you're still in the game, but you're not the only one. Let's bring back the pack. OK, Barry, time to get you some serious money, shall we?
Yep.
Let's add to that £1,000 you've already got by tackling space and Formula One. Where next?
Don't know a huge amount about it, but possibly enough to answer some questions. So we'll get space out of the way.
OK, we're 2/3 of the way through the show. You've got £1,000 in the bank. It could be £5,000 by the time we get to the final. Let's play the space category. And here's the £2,000 question on space. Miranda, Oberon and Ariel are moons of which planet? Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune or Uranus? Have a think, Barry. Pack, answer now, please. So that's the £2,000 question. The pack have locked in their answer. It's now time for you to decide whether you want to play or pass.
I think, as I'm not sure, and there are 3 people still in the pack, I'm going to pass.
OK, Barry's going to pass, and it's not just the risk of giving up £1,000, Barry. There is a risk if the pack know the correct answer and you pass,
That's true.
you're out of the game. So Barry's chosen to pass on the £2,000 question on space. Let's have a look at the correct answer. Uranus. And did you know they're all named after characters from Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream?
Now you mention it, yeah.
OK, this is a big moment now in Barry's game. He's got £1,000 in the bank. He could be about to lose it all if Mick, Jenny and Morgan knew the correct answer was Uranus. Let's reveal who got it right. None of them. Let's move on to the next question in space, which is worth £1,000. Here is the question. The sun at the heart of our solar system is predominantly made up of which gas? Hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, or helium? Have a think. Barry, Pack, please answer now. OK, an easier question for you, Barry.
Possibly.
Possibly. An easier question for the Pack. Your job is to work out whether you think they may know the right answer to this, and indeed do you. Would you like to play or pass?
I think I'll have to play.
Why?
Because I think there's a chance that even if I don't know, they will.
This is a big moment for Barry's game, everyone. He's going to play on the £1,000 question. So, what's your answer?
Before the answers came up, I hoped that hydrogen would be one of them. I don't actually know, it's just an instinctive answer.
OK, well, let's lock in Barry's answer to the £1,000 question then. Hydrogen. Barry, if it's hydrogen, well done. We double your money, £2,000. You're getting closer to having enough cash to go on that holiday. If it's not the right answer, you won't be going to Moscow. You'll be leaving with nothing. Now we've locked it in. How confident are you feeling?
Not at all. I'm just hoping that I've guessed well enough. I don't want to take the risk,
So it is a guess? OK, Barry has decided to guess on the £1,000 question. This guess puts the money he's banked so far and his place in the game at risk. Was guessing the wrong thing to do? If the answer is hydrogen, then it was the right thing to do. This is the correct answer. Oh, well done. I was nervous for you there. That was a really big moment because you said you were more confident about Formula One, and getting that answer correct is the answer that means you can move on to that final category, Formula One. Shall we double your money?
Yes, please.
Well done. £1,000, a great time to answer a correct question. We've successfully completed space, which means we move on to our final category. But before we do that, we say goodbye to either Morgan, Jenny or Mick. Once again, you've got the full complement of pack members to choose from. So who worries you the most? Who would you least like to face if you made the final?
I love them all, but I think I'd least like to face Jenny. So, yeah, we have to say goodbye to her.
Jenny, I'm so sorry to say goodbye to you at this stage. We're just one category away from the final. What's your Formula One knowledge like?
Pretty good, actually. So, yeah, I used to race cars and I follow Formula One, so you were actually right to get rid of me.
So maybe a good decision by Barry to do that. Jenny, thanks for being here. I'm afraid to say you must leave the pack. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
So we've eliminated a self-confessed Formula One fan as we approach the Formula One category, and it's an all-male dominated game at this point. Mick and Morgan, is there a couple of F1 fans there?
I think that Mick could well be.
I'm loving Mick's poker face. Giving away nothing, or is he giving away everything? It's your job to try and work out what you think of the remaining pack members. Shall we play, Barry, the final category, the category that stands in the way of you and a place in the final?
Yes, please.
OK, you've got £2,000. You could have £4,000 as we play Formula One. Let's have a look at the £2,000 question on Formula One. In terms of distance, which of these 2012 Formula One Championship circuits has the longest lap? Monaco, Spa, Suzuka or Hockenheim? Have a think. Barry, please answer now, Pack. So Morgan and Mick locking in their answers there. We turn our attention to you now, Barry. If you think you know the answer to this and you choose to play, it's worth £2,000, and a correct answer will also put you in the final. Get it wrong, you're out. Barry, play or pass?
I've got a sneaking suspicion that it is Spa.
Your job is to just work out how confident you are and whether you're confident enough to play it.
I saw Morgan frown when he had to answer those questions. So I think he's as in the dark as I am, which gives me a chance to pass and at least hang on to some of the money.
You going to pass?
No, I'm going to play.
Barry has chosen to play on the £2,000 question on Formula One. Which answer would you like me to lock in, Barry?
I'm still going to go for Spa.
Barry has chosen to lock in Spa, Belgium. Right, Barry, this is a really brave thing to do. You know the risks of playing when you're not 100% confident. A wrong answer, you're out of the game, OK?
Understand.
You chose to play. If you get this right, £2,000, you double your bank, and you will take £4,000 into the final.
Yeah, very nice.
If you're wrong, you are out. Barry is guessing at the £2,000 question, which will determine his fate in this game. Is the correct answer for £2,000 and a place in the final Spa, Belgium? Yes, it is! It is Spa in Belgium. I'm so pleased for you. Should we double that bank to £4,000?
Go for it.
Let's do it. And when you came on the show, you said you would love to go to Moscow. £4,000 would get you there and back, wouldn't it?
Oh, I've got some nice cheap flights already in my head, so yeah.
Barry, you're in the final. Congratulations, but who will you face? Mick and Morgan are the last men standing. Who's the biggest risk? Who can beat you at general knowledge? Who would you like to get rid of?
Lovely fellas. Don't really want to get rid of either of them. Just think when it comes to general knowledge, age might play a part, so I'm going to have to get rid of Mick.
Mick, what a shame for you. Did you know the answer to that last question?
No, I got it wrong.
You got it wrong as well. Have you enjoyed the game?
Yeah, it's been good. I enjoyed it.
Once again, Barry's decided to eliminate someone that he thinks looks clever, so I'm sure you can take that as a compliment, can't you?
Yeah, that's fine.
And how frustrating to fall at the very last category.
That happens.
All right, well, Mick, you've played a great game, but sadly, you haven't made the final. I must ask you to leave the pack. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, good luck.
So Mick leaves, which means it's Barry up against Morgan in today's final. Let's play the Beat the Pack final. So here we are in the final. Congratulations, Barry. You've made it here with a fantastic £4,000 in the bank, and all that stands in your way of taking that money home is Morgan. Now, Barry, you will face 75 seconds of quick-fire questions. Keep on getting them right, and you will leave here a winner. But answering correctly or take too long to answer, I'll stop the clock, and Morgan will be given the chance to answer that same question. Now, Morgan, if you can give me 3 correct answers, you will steal every penny of Barry's money, all £4,000. Understand? OK, Barry, you just need to stay in control for 75 seconds. Are you ready?
No.
Good luck. Your time starts now. Mount Snowdon is in which country of the United Kingdom?
Wales.
Correct. Which Hollywood actor was governor of California from 2003 to 2011?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is the right answer. Who presented the first series of the long-running children's programme Newsround?
John Craven.
Correct. Bogey, eagle and albatross are terms used in which sport?
Golf.
Is the right answer. Holden Caulfield is the 16-year-old protagonist of which novel by J.D. Salinger?
Pass.
Stop the clock. Morgan. Holden Caulfield is the 16-year-old protagonist of which novel by J.D. Salinger?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
To make the first correct steal, you're saying To Kill a Mockingbird, and that's the incorrect answer. It's The Catcher in the Rye. Barry, back with you, and 42 seconds left on the clock. Time starts now. The Statue of Liberty in New York City was a gift to the USA from the people of which country?
France.
Correct. During the latter part of the Second World War, who was the British Prime Minister?
Winston Churchill.
Is the right answer. In which year was the Great Fire of London?
1666.
Is right. In George Orwell's Animal Farm, what is the surname of the farmer who is evicted by the animals?
Pass.
Stop the clock. Morgan. In George Orwell's Animal Farm, what is the surname of the farmer who is evicted by the animals?
Mr. Truman.
That's incorrect. The correct answer was Jones. Barry, back with you. 17 seconds to retain control. Start the clock. Which hymn is used as the anthem for the Women's Institute?
Abide with me.
Stop the clock. Morgan. Which hymn is used as the anthem for the Women's Institute?
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem is the correct answer, Morgan. So we have 10 seconds to go. Morgan, you need 2 more steals. Barry, you just need to remain in control. Start the clock. The Fonz is a character from which 1970s and 80s US TV series?
Happy Days.
Correct. Which Olivier Award-winning play was adapted into a 2011 film directed... The time is up, but I'll finish the question. Which Olivier Award-winning play was adapted into a 2011 film directed by Steven Spielberg?
Pass.
Morgan, I can give you a chance to answer, even though you can no longer steal the £4,000 from Barry. Which Olivier Award-winning play was adapted into a 2011 film directed by Steven Spielberg?
Is it Warhorse?
Morgan, Warhorse was your second correct answer.
Well done, mate.
Morgan,
You've done well.
that incorrect answer cost you £4,000. I'm really sorry,
Let's
Morgan.
rub it in, Jake. It's fine.
Barry, as for you, you've won £4,000. That is worthy of a really big round of applause. Well done. You talked about going off to Russia with that money. Is that still the plan?
Absolutely right.
Barry, you managed to beat the pack. You managed to stay in control for that 75 seconds. You leave here with £4,000. Well done for playing such a great game. And Morgan, a fantastic effort. You just fell short at the very end, but well played as well. And make sure that you join us next time when someone else will have the chance to win up to £12,000, but only if, like Barry, they can beat the pack. Bye-bye.